Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to tonight's episode of Swindler's Den presents The Lost Song of Phandelver. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate it. Stick around because there's going to be some sort of, I'm not sure yet. It depends on where the episode ends tonight. But there's going to be like a special episode coming up soon. That is like a 0.5 episode that is going to premiere exclusively on YouTube. So even the players don't know about it. So that's fun. So stick around for the end of the episode. It depends on where these guys get by the end, whether that airs
about Ivan's mom
this Thursday or not. So, keep an eye out. Anyways,
what was Zeke and Ivan's mom doing for a whole hour before the party showed up?
That's it. It's not even like we're not involved in it. It's just Grizz like narrating a complete. It goes up on we can't put it on YouTube because we'll get demonetized for it. So it'll go up on a different platform.
But anyway, stay tuned to the end, and I'll let you guys know when that's happening. Anyways, I am Grizlocke, the DM of this adventure. We're nearing the end, so whew, fun times. Fun times. Here with me today is the one and only Hoarde.
I'm going first this time, Grizz?
Well, it's back to the norm, back to tradition.
Oh my god, I'm Equa, and I play Ivarin. Wow, I'm so flustered. Someone else go. What the fuck are you waiting for?
Go ahead, Tommy.
Oh, hey, I'm Tommy Taco, and I play Zorag in Renatar, the barbarian fighter, and I'm ready to kill a dragon. Hopefully.
Not too soon, not too fast there, young sir. Anyways, up next we got Bach Zombie. Welcome.
Oh, hey there. Hi. Oh my god. Hey, I play Volida.
Fuck you.
And of course, Zelda Nerd 1988.
Oh, hi there, friends. I'm playing Aelin today, and these guys are just so awesome to play with. I'm so happy to be here.
You are the sweetest and my favorite. So let's have a good night here tonight, guys and gals. Let's destroy some things. All right. So last we left off, you decided to venture down into the pipe that was connected to the Spellforge. The pipe went straight down. You climbed down this rope until you hit like this clog in the pipe, and you had to leave. When you did, there was this winding mine shaft area. You guys somehow managed to find the correct path right away. So you guys went right. You did notice there was some weird like slime on the ground that you ended up discovering to be the moving secretions of a gibbering mouther that you guys ended up fighting on the elevator shaft. It was hiding inside of a skeleton's body. But you guys dispatched that pretty quick. However, you started to have bats of madness. Started hearing the song playing in the distance, and tuning into it caused you guys to have a wide range of emotions and side effects, ranging from crying to fright, and so on and so forth. You guys powered through all the madness and got to a area where Favric, who was a green half dragon, after the transformation in like session 3, you guys finally ran into him again and killed him pretty quickly with not too much effort, along with some of his posse and crew. After investigating for a brief period of time, you found some keys on a few of their bodies that they seemed to be taking out of the corpses of the gibbering mouthers. You guys looked up and saw this big, massive arched doorway made of stone with these different carvings and such engraved into it. That's where we're going to pick up. So, my friends, what would you like to do?
Could you recap what we saw depicted in the carvings?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, as you guys look at the carvings a little bit closer, you see a scaled beast that has some sort of kind of shell-like back with these protruding spikes coming from it. That is like, it looks to be killing people, terrorizing a town in some of these panels, we'll call them, until this angel shows up and starts playing on this piano, and the beast lays down and seems to, be calm again. There's also a giant symbol that is this circular symbol with 9, I believe it's 9 stars, and like this ribbon-like pattern that goes from the center of the circle down to the bottom section. And that's just kind of like a bigger area that kind of, the middle of it is, it's centered on the door. So like if the doors were to open, half would be on one side, half would be on the other.
Would I, as a spellcaster, know what that symbol means? Is that like a symbol for the weave?
Yeah, roll me a Arcana, History, Religion, any of the 3.
They're all mostly the same. That's a big number. Nope, it's a 6.
Wow, that's a 9 on my screen.
3 plus 6 is 9. It's a 9. It's worse. I don't know.
Yeah, for some reason it's not clicking in your brain what that exactly is. However, earlier, Ivrin, when you were investigating, you did see one of the depictions of this giant monster was missing a scale. And it looked like maybe that could be on purpose.
And we had 3 keys.
Yes, you guys had 3
How
keys.
many piles of goo are in here?
Let me double check, sir. So besides the one, did you check the guy, or did you check? You checked the guy who was reaching into something. Okay, so there's two other mounds, flesh, eyeballs and mouths.
I'll check those for key. Were they like literal keys, or were they like gem things?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. There is also 3 keyholes on the door.
Yeah.
That was an important part to not forget. Sorry, question one more time.
Were they like literal keys, or were they like stones or gems that you put into the holes?
Literal keys.
Okay.
Oh, I'm good.
I'd like to check the other 2 piles, yeah.
Aelin will help. Oh, and would Aelin still be mute because of hearing the song? She was mute, then paralyzed, and the paralyzation wore off, but was she still mute?
I think I said last episode that it has worn off for now, but the madness, the song still lingers in the air, so things could change in an instant.
Alrighty.
I'm going to, before we do anything else, I'm going to ritually cast Tiny Hut out here in front of the door, which lasts for 8 hours, and I will allow these 3 access in and out. I can't leave it, but I'm still going to be able to see out of it if I change the translucency to be like that, just so that we have a safe space, basically.
Yeah. What about Rumshu and Sildar? Are they allowed in there? And Thardan?
Yeah, everyone. I get like 10 people total to be allowed in, so everyone who is here can be allowed in.
I was just wondering because you left them out, so I didn't know if there was a reason.
I forgot they were here. Is the reason.
Got it. I'm missing my notes about exactly which keys you got, which is upsetting.
Oh.
Is it
Well, they didn't
re-roll
work on
them?
this door. That's all I know.
Yeah, so those 3 keys did not work. So what do you guys each do looking at this door?
Well, I was gonna look in the other piles to see if there's
the
more
other piles.
keys. Yeah.
So you reach into the other piles. I'm not gonna make you roll anything because you're expecting to find something. You reach in and you find sorry, I'm trying to do math here. You find 3 more keys total. So.
Okay. I'd like to try those keys in the door. Is there like any markings on the keyholes, or are they just keyholes?
Is there any markings on the keyholes?
Yeah.
No. No.
Okay. I'll try.
They are like a depiction of like an angel's mouth that's open, and it's like the keyholes in the mouth. It's kind of weird, but
It is kind of weird. But I will try these keys now. See if any of them work. Or if there's anything on the keys, or do they all look the same?
Yeah, as you look at the keys, again, this is pretty simple to do. I just wish I could find those notes. You try 3 of them. One of them works.
Ooh.
At least it goes into the hole, but it doesn't turn. The other ones didn't seem to quite fit right. They kind of like go half in, but they get stuck like on the first notch or whatever in there at the first click.
Mm-hmm.
But this one goes in, but it doesn't turn. And as you look at it, this one's got a E written on it.
Okay. What are the other ones I have on them?
I'm very annoyed because I swear this is the notebook right here, and it's not in here. And I know I wrote it for sure. This is very important. So I think let me Google something really quick because I'm gonna have to redo this on the fly. But I think one of them is an F, and that's one of the ones that didn't work.
Okay.
That's so aggravating. Yeah, so one of them was an F. I believe one of them was like an F with like a number symbol next to it.
Okay.
Is it that obvious?
An octothorpe, as it's officially called.
And one is, let's say a C.
A C.
Fuck.
And there's 2 more keys still that I have.
One of those is in A.
Okay.
And one's an A with a number sign next to it.
An octothorpe next, all right. No flats here, only sharps, baby.
Oh, I think I found it. It's gotta be in here.
Oh, hold on.
I literally have the design of this dungeon in my notes, but it's not in these notes. Did you have any more keys?
I only had the 6.
Okay, so that's all of them covered?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And for now, that works.
Oh, I got 1 to fit. Folly, did you have any proficiency in any kind of musical skills, or what's going on with you, girl? Nope, just smith tools. We just hit shit out here.
I see Vida found some stuff in those other goops. I guess I'll walk down the tunnel and go check the goop that's sitting on the elevator.
Yeah.
Okay. You search in there, stick your hand in, and you find 3 more keys.
What's written on those?
Hate you. You get D D sharp. Yeah. D number sign.
Yep, that's D sharp.
Did you already have D, Baka?
No. Nope.
You get a D as well.
D's nuts.
Got him.
Got him.
And did you have a C sharp?
No.
Okay. Those are the 3 you get.
D sharp. And then I get a D. And then what was the last one?
Can I get a C sharp?
D sharp.
Wait, no, that was the first one you wrote down.
I wrote down D sharp.
Oh. Wait, was it a D or a D sharp? Which one did I say?
You said D
both
number
of them.
sign, and then D.
Oh, okay, got it.
And then what's the third one?
Okay, got it.
And
C
then it
sharp.
was C sharp.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
confused.
I got
C sharp, D sharp, and D. I swear if I did this wrong, I'm gonna explode.
Puke. I'm gonna puke.
I'm gonna puke.
Watch it play a Zelda song.
Oh,
I
hold
would
on.
be so happy.
That's fine. I think I fucked up. It's okay.
From left or right, which keyhole did the E fit into?
The first one.
Okay, so furthest
Which
right.
was the angel's mouth.
They're all angels'
Yeah,
mouths.
the 3 of them are angels' mouths.
The first angel's mouth.
What's everybody else doing? The other 2 of you.
Aylin's gonna be looking a little closer at the carving, specifically the piano carving. Is there any other markings about the piano itself?
Roll me an investigation check.
23.
So, there is, like, coming off of the piano, you do see, like, these sort of strings, I guess you'd explain it, like these carvings that are just kind of like winding lines that go down to the angels' mouths, where the keyholes are.
All right. So from the piano winding lines going down to the angels' mouths, like, how many lines are there?
3.
Just the 3? Okay.
Stab some
There are
keys in
more.
those holes when I get back.
Oh, when you get back, you keep trying. Nothing's working until you get to. You had.
We had E sharp, D sharp, and D.
Oh,
D sharp, D,
I think
and C sharp is what Grizz said. D sharp, D, C sharp.
None of them work.
Okay, so no E sharp.
Keys are useless, and I throw them on the floor. No, I'm kidding. I'll give them a later.
Yeah, she'll put her hands through the seeing these octothorpes and the piano and 3 holes in her limited knowledge of music, but knowing we have a bard, she's gonna shove her hands into the hut holding all the keys. Ivan, can you make heads or tails of any of this?
Can I make heads or tails of any of this? So there's a piano and there's an actual scale depicted on the carving, right? On the archway.
It's like this monster is missing a scale.
Okay, so I identify the one that works, the one that fits in a keyhole, and can I deduce if there is a scale relating to that note that I could play that might work with the 3 notes or something like that?
This is where my knowledge of music comes in. So you guys help me out because I know a couple of you know music really good.
Tommy.
You can play like any notes in like any scale, correct? Or any key? Is that? No, sorry. Those words are confusing to me. In any scale, correct?
You can like. How do you mean you can play any?
Yeah,
note?
I'm confused by that question.
Okay.
I'm like,
So
what?
he's like, you're asking like E, like the E one, for example. You're trying to determine what. Just say it again.
He is in a lot of scales, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay,
There's
that's
like
pretty much what I
12.
was asking. So no, the answer would be no.
E is probably one of the more common notes in every scale.
That's sort of what I was asking. Is like, can a note be in multiple scales?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know nothing about music, by the way. It was a headache to try and even understand.
There's
this
so many
puzzle.
notes, we started using numbers because they can't all be.
I don't know if there's anything. Is there anything on the archway or itself, or on the keys themselves, that would depict a sequence of 3 that I could find?
Anything on the what that would depict a sequence of 3?
Like on the doorway itself, or on the keys themselves, anything that would link a sequence of 3 together.
Aelin did point out the 3 strands. That's really the only, like, besides the 3, there's 3 angel heads, there's 3 strands coming off of the piano. It's not like hinting toward what those are.
The 3 strands on the piano don't lead anywhere.
They
Well,
lead to
9
the angels' heads.
Well, when you mentioned the star, was it a total of 9 stars, or is it a 9-pointed star?
9 stars. I think
3
I might
threes.
have uploaded an image. I did not.
I'll just play the E sharp because I know that fits. I'll just play it.
The E natural
E.
fit.
E natural,
Do, re, mi.
the regular
E
E.
is
I'll play that
E.
and see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
I'll put it in the key. I can't move. Valida, put it in the keyhole.
The E is in the keyhole. I left it in there.
Oh.
If we have 2 keyholes that are open still, though. And we did have another slime trail we didn't follow.
Yeah, that's way back there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't mind going back there.
Well, you're not going by yourself.
Alright then. Who wants to come with?
I'll dump the keys into the hut with Iris. I'll go with. Sorry, going to help kill another? Or Renatar, which one are you right now?
I don't even know anymore.
You're Renatar.
Okay, we'll just go.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we did end it that way. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's been a long week, folks.
You know, this story here, it's an old miner's tale.
Oh?
It's
NPC aid.
it's when the miners, they went down into the caves and they thought they struck some new gem, but in reality they woke a rampaging beast. And only this angel that descended from above could calm it. They say with her song.
Isn't that what you were drawing in the cell earlier?
Yes, it was. Huh. As it's strange, my mind is seeming to become more clear.
You know anything about music?
Not really.
Hey,
Little bit.
Sildar, do you know anything about music?
Hey, Rumshoe.
No.
Rumshoe, you've never done anything music related?
Well, Clark did from time to time, like to make us put on plays to entertain him.
Clear of culture, I see.
Not my
Weird kink.
finest moments.
Did we find any gems? We know there are gem holes. We didn't find any gems, right?
There's no gem holes.
No,
What
it's
am
just
I thinking
keyholes.
about gems?
I was confused about that and was saying that, but it's just keys and keyholes.
You're thinking of the scale that's missing.
There does appear to be a scale missing.
Does this beast look like a dragon to Renatar?
You can leave it up to interpretation. It's not
Just curious.
super obvious what it necessarily is.
It doesn't have wings and has a shell with spines on it.
Yeah, I'd say.
It does? Okay, I didn't hear that description. Never mind.
Yeah,
Is there any way to deduce if I heard any stories or songs about what that monster is?
Oh,
Or
sure,
about
yeah.
The
Roll me
miner's song. I guess, as
history
well?
check. Probably advantage since you're a bard. You
16 here.
you don't know what the angel's song was, but you've heard the story of this. This is a Tarask that some supposedly miners woke up, and no one could stop it until an angel came and sang a song and put it back to sleep.
It's useless, isn't it?
I knew it.
All right. Well, Aylin's gonna start making her way down the pass to go back up the elevator to find the squishy trail.
Just starting everything else to tell us before we go, trying to stop us, or...
Arden?
Yeah, he said to say that as we were leaving, so I'm like, oh, is he trying to make us stay?
No. It's,
Okay,
I'm
then
a
I'll go.
Tarask now. Let us go.
he's looking at the bodies of the gibbering mouthers, and you probably hear him say, "Oh, that's so sad. Hey, these are the old miners who worked on this thing down here. It's what a shame. Let's not stick down here too long."
That explains why they were carrying keys.
We'll try not to. So yeah, let's go get that other miner that's now a monster.
Tarask.
So you guys go back to the elevator shaft and you pull yourselves up.
Yeah, after yelling at Ivern, "We'll be back, have fun."
I'll just rest, I guess. That's what I'll do while I'm here. Rest and try and figure it out.
Oh, Ivern's staying back? Okay.
Yeah, he has to stay in the hut.
Okay. So, you guys get up to the top of the elevator shaft and head down the path, down back to the crossroads, where there's the way that you guys came from the pipe, and then there's a north path. Well, this now would be to your right, and then there's a path straight ahead. Which one would you guys like to take?
Which one looks wet?
The one straight ahead of us now.
Yeah. Yep.
The wet one.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll take the wet path.
You take the wet path.
Always take the wet path, folks.
Gross.
Gross.
Am I crazy again yet, or is the song dying down?
Up here, it's harder to hear. You guys seem to be okay. So, you guys start heading down this path. You start to walk on some minecart rails, and the wood kind of rots and cracks under your feet as you go. You hear water kind of dripping from the roof until you see a puddle of water that seems to be trickling out of this. There's like a huge clump of rocks that have fallen and caved in. You've reached a dead end, but it's kind of like there's a puddle down beneath, and this water seems to be kind of just trickling down some rocks. Roll me perception.
Perception.
Nope. I am volleyed. It says I'm Miri. I'm volleyed at 21.
Very
Mary, yay.
no,
He's here to
Mary's
save
back.
everybody.
Ah!
Yeah, you guys, I think you
How
all
are you?
see under these rocks, every miner's worst fear, there seems to be a skeleton that's trying to crawl his way out of the rocks. He's not moving, but like that's the position he died in. Like he was trying to.
I thought it was like moving. I was gonna curb stomp it.
Oh, can I check the skeleton for keys?
That you can.
I will assist.
Okay.
And Aelin will just be looking around and looking at the ceiling to see if there's anything above us. No one ever looks up anymore.
Roll me another perception, and the other two roll me investigation with advantage. Whoever wants to do that, or yeah.
I'll roll with advantage. 14.
Dude.
Okay. Aelin, you don't see anything as you look about. However, Volida and Renatar, you're lifting these boulders, kind of moving them lightly just to get more access to the skeleton. You kind of reach your hand in, you kind of got to squeeze it in there. And you do rattle around and start to hear the clanging of some metal. When you do, the skeleton comes to life and tries to bite you.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously.
Seriously.
Can I curb stomp it now?
Hold on.
If you roll
I'm
a
sure
high
you will in a
enough
second. These
initiative.
things aren't very good. It's gonna get a surprise attack on you, even though I feel like it misses anyways.
If anything
So-
gets a surprise attack on me, I can actually move with the same.
It was on
Because,
Volida because she was like reaching in, so she
Oh,
was
yeah.
very exposed to this. Let's move to a quick initiative order, which I don't think this combat will last too long, but
You too. 17.
And I swear.
Renatar.
Heck yeah.
Was that what? How's that a nat 1?
I don't know, especially since I have advantage.
It rolled 2.
Oh, maybe your other roll was the nat 1, but for some
Yeah.
reason it doesn't show
Yeah, it
initiative side
was.
by
It shows
side.
that nat 1 was the first one, and then I rolled a 14 for the second
That's
one.
so weird.
It just colors it because it's programmed. It's like, hey, there's a 1 in here.
I was like, yo, if I got a nat 1, I got a 16. I got some damn good initiative, son.
And then there's Aelin with her 5. She's like, la la, this is a pretty interesting cave. That's a rock.
So, Volida, this skeleton, your hand is stuck between the skeleton and this rock, but you've got a hold of these keys. The skeleton is going to make another attack on you this time.
You rolled better than us? What
Yes,
the?
it did. Somehow I rolled a friggin' 18 on its initiative. And
It's because you moved the rocks off of it.
its first swing at you missed, but it does come back at you with another like claw attack, dealing 5 slashing damage.
Ow.
It is your go, Volida.
Am I able to grab my hammer then?
You could probably grab it with your other hand, yeah.
All right. And I can roll it normally?
Yeah.
Since it'd be an offhand swing? All right. Hiya. 11.
That misses. So wait, no, hold on.
Alright.
Yes, that misses.
All right. We're going reckless on the second one then. Hiya. A 28.
That one hits.
I'll put a smite on there. Fuck it. And it's undead, so I get an extra d8 on top of that, so it's a total of 3d8.
You're gonna kill it no matter what.
Boom!
Yeah.
12.
You instantly crack the hammer down on its head, and it bursts open. Nothing on the inside of this one.
Good.
However,
Keys.
the next turn, Aelin, despite you
Uh-oh.
looking on the roof,
Damn it.
it was too dark for you to see. Unless Valia, did you have something else you wanted to do?
if I can just pull my hand out of there with keys in.
Yeah,
them.
you pull your hand out. Once the skeleton stops moving, you're able to break it free.
Do I have keys?
You do.
Yay.
This, you start to hear from above you the noises as a muscly mound of flesh drips down from the ceiling and lands behind you, Aelin.
It's like, whoa! She shook.
Okay. It is just going to attempt to... Wait, hold on. So actually... No, never mind. You're good. It's going to try and bite at you. That's a miss. Oh, and if it can. Okay. All right. So, yeah, it misses, but it drops down and kind of tries to grab you at the same time. But the momentum from its fall kind of threw it off course. Giving Zorag a good opportunity to respond. Or Renatar.
So
You're maybe Aelin's probably like 10 feet from you, and this thing's on the other side of Aelin. So Aelin is between you and this thing.
Okay, I want to go on the other side of it. I have a climb speed if that's what I have to do to like kind of get her on the wall. And I'll swing recklessly twice.
Okay.
That's not it. There it is. Swing, swing. So 27 and a 28. I'm not raging, by the way. Damn it! I always forget to take that off.
Both those hit.
9 plus 12.
Okay. As you just cut into this thing, it's still up though. Oh, however, Zorag, I'm gonna have you do it now. Roll me a wisdom save.
I don't want to.
+2. Oh wait, no, you
definitely-
might be out of my range now.
I don't want to do it. I told you I didn't want
Because I
to.
only have a 10-foot aura.
Oh
You
yeah,
had to
then
move
he's
around the other side.
just out of your range.
I mean, it didn't really matter because you got a 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Is that your turn?
Yay.
Yeah, I guess.
If you were making me.
Aelin, roll me a wisdom save. What you get, Tommy? What is it?
Oh, you want me to do wisdom save first?
Yes, you're supposed to do it at the start of your turn.
All right.
I just
Okay,
forgot
so
to have him
You
do
get a
it.
+2.
yeah, I'm just within 10 feet of you, so 12.
You pass.
Oh, phew. That's a forced.
So you can't take any reactions, Zorag or Renatar, until the start of your next turn, and you have to roll on a d8. Oh, so that would have been... It's fine. Forget about it then. But you can't take any reactions. The other part would have mattered, but it doesn't right now. Okay.
All right, then. And I just realized I could have used a maneuver when it missed me, but I'll save it for later. So, since Renatar is on the other side of this creature, if Aelin attacks, does sneak attack count?
Yes.
Perfect. Then she will stab you with the rapier.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure 10 misses.
That hits. These
It
things don't
does.
have a good AC.
It's just a big
Shit,
pile
so
of goo.
13 sneak and 11 piercing.
Ooh, big hit. Cries out in pain.
All right, and then she will use her cutting action to disengage and just back up 5 feet.
Okay. So Volida, Aelin starts to back up toward you.
I will move.
It is now this thing's turn.
Hell.
Oh wait, no, this skeleton goes. Never mind. So it's your turn, Volida. It goes after you.
Hey, I will then go up to it and start swinging, switching my hammer to my good hand. Take my strong hand recklessly. 24 for 8.
Yeah, you kind of scoot your way around Aelin, run up on it with your hammer and hit down.
Second swing, a dirty 20 for 12.
Oh, it's just barely kicking.
Fortunate. I will do nothing then.
It starts to like squirm its body, and like you see its muscles and flesh kind of flex down a few times, and you hear this kind of sound until it spits up this bile onto Volida. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
With advantage, because I can see it. +2. 13.
13 meets it, beats it. You just I think you saw this kind of thing before with the one you found in the elevator shaft, and so you know what's coming, and you kind of dodge to the side, and it just splatters on the ground where you were standing. Okay. After it misses with that, it starts to slither its way up to you, Volida, and is... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Zorag, you would get a opportunity attack. Let's see if that connects first. If you would like to take it. No, you can't. It hasn't been your turn yet. You don't have reactions.
We have it blocked in, though. Because Zorg was in melee,
you ran
and so
all
was
the way
Aelin,
up
and then I
to
ran
it.
up to melee.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I don't know what I was thinking. Either way, it doesn't have to move then. It's just going to bite you.
Yo, we
attempt
can
to bite you,
melee from a
Volida.
distance? What?
Yeah, no. My brain's
I've got
not...
the Eldritch Claw tattoo.
So it rolled really bad, so I don't think it's
It
going to
gets
hit you.
advantage because I recklessly attacked.
Okay. Fair is fair. That is 18 to hit.
That'll hit you.
Okay. I need you to roll me strength saving throw.
+2 to this. Nat 20 for 28.
Nice. Okay. The weight of this thing being forced upon you, kind of jumping on you and biting you, makes you feel like you were gonna fall over, but you put the foot down and sturdy yourself. You take... Oh, wow. Forgot how much this does. You take 17 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
As this thing... One of this thing's big mouths just crunches onto your arm.
Oh.
It is now Renatar's turn.
I do a swing. Reckless swing.
What?
I do a cha-cha. A 28 and a 22.
Yeah, how do you want to kill it?
I do a little swingy swing, you know, just whoosh, and then I just go like right through what I would assume like the mouth that's like trying to attack and bite Volida. I'm gonna call that its face.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to like stab through the back of its head thing, whatever. There's mouths all over this thing, so I don't know how to. I just stab into it.
This goopy mess. As you stab into it and it dies, it starts to just like kind of fall off in puddles off of Volida and land on the ground below.
Ew.
Think this has any keys in it? As I'm like poking the fleshy bits with my sword.
Well, if it's the old miner, it might, but I have the keys from the skeleton, which I assume it came off of. But you can check.
I sift through the meaty
find
chunks.
one key. Volida, you had 2 keys.
Ooh, what do all of our keys say?
There is a G
Ooh.
and a B. What ones didn't I use? Why did I close that page?
Da 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 da.
Do, 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 do.
Oh no.
There's
That's not
C, D, E, F, G, A, B.
I'm
And
offering at.
then it repeats. How about an A? We don't have an A.
We do have an A.
What?
we have an
We
A
have an E?
sharp. Is that a thing or no?
We already have an
Yeah.
A sharp. We have an E as an elephant, F sharp, F, C as in cat, A as in apple, A sharp, D as in dog sharp, D, C as in cat sharp, G, and B.
All right, so pretty much we can have C, D, E, F, G, A, B all flat.
Don't have an A
Well,
flat
some
yet.
of those sharps count as flats for the other notes. Like an A sharp is a B flat.
Yeah, that's true.
We are missing B sharp,
Yeah, one's B sharp.
G sharp. Okay.
One's B sharp, one's B, and one's G.
So we're missing G sharp, E sharp are the two we're missing.
And also regular F.
We have a regular F.
We have that.
What?
Yes, F sharp, F, C are the three that we got from one of them.
What about you? Do we have that yet?
Okay. With
Let's go try these.
yeah, you start to head back down. As you walk through this puddle, you do notice like it's like stickier and your feet are hard to move. Gibbering mouthers leave like behind difficult terrain wherever they move, but you guys haven't really walked through one yet necessarily, so just figure I'd add that in there.
Was that you said that there was another path we could have taken at that
Yeah.
crossroads?
Now as you come back toward the crossroads, the last section you haven't checked is to the left of you now.
That was the one that was originally straight ahead when we
Yeah.
first came through here, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we check that one?
Yeah, probably. Hello?
Yeah, we don't see.
Hello?
I haven't seen a key with a G octothorpe on it or a E octothorpe, so we
I'm
should
gonna
find
throw a
out.
rock down there and then listen.
Alien.
to see if I hear anything.
Actually, wait. There
Aelin
is
will
no,
be asking, why are you calling it Octothorpe?
because that's the official name for it. I don't think there is a E sharp. Hold on. I need a piano.
Dude, what I need is my notes. I literally wrote all this shit down because I don't know anything about music, and I'm like, I won't know. I won't know if I don't write it down. And I can't find it.
There is no E. There's no B sharp either. I messed that up. So
don't
we
need
wouldn't have
any of
gotten that
that.
one
So,
because there's no black key in between the B and the C or an
do
E
we
in
want to
the.
use our musical meta knowledge to just say, "Fuck that tunnel"?
Yeah, because so if that last key would have to be a G sharp because that's the only one left.
Then yeah.
Okay, so we have all of them then.
Yes. You guys should
Cool.
have all of them. There should be
All right.
12.
Fuck
correct?
that tunnel. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna head back
2,
instead
3,
then?
4, 5, 6, 7.
Hey,
8,
we were
9,
gonna go
10, 11,
down
12.
and
Yeah,
see
we have
what was
all of them.
down there, but you can have that. We don't want to go down there. Whatever's down there.
All right, let's go back then.
All right, yeah, because Aelin was gonna offer to like just go stealthy, take a peek and then meet you back.
Aelin, go down there and tell me if you see any tacos. I'm hungry.
Sure. But no, Aelin will go and just stealth in there to just take a look.
Oh, you're going down the path to the left
Yeah,
now?
she's.
Okay.
Yes.
Roll me a stealth check.
24.
That's very good. Very good
It should
indeed.
be because it's plus 11 to my stealth.
I throw
Okay.
a rock down there.
No.
Oh,
It's just gonna be like, "Hey, Aelin, I know you're down there, but could you do me a favor?"
You sneak down this path. It does take you. You're going down there for a while. It still seems to be going. Would you like to press on or turn back? You've been walking for maybe like 5 minutes. It seems to be. Still
she'll go
going.
on for 5 more minutes.
Hey, boy, I bet you a ration something terrible happens to Aelin while she's down there.
As long as she doesn't try to shoot anybody by herself, we should be fine.
You should be very happy she doesn't have a gun.
She's got a bow.
She doesn't have a gun.
Hope there's no one with. Never mind.
But yeah, Aelin will continue on for just the 5 more minutes, and if she still hasn't encountered anything, then she'll head back.
Okay.
Seriously though, you want a piece of jerky? So,
Yeah,
I'm just chewing on a piece.
It starts to open up in here, and you kind of peek in. It seems to be a little out of your field of view, like your dark vision range. But you do hear a.
Oh no!
Roll me a perception check. You hear it. I just want to see if you're able to figure out what it is.
23?
Some sort of snoring.
Oh.
She's not gonna go further in. She is turning back.
And it sounds
Big.
It sounds like not exactly a humanoid. Like,
Can Angel put it to sleep?
Does it sound like? Does it sound big and hefty?
Hefty.
Whippy, whippy, wimpy.
It sounds a bit deeper than the average human voice, but you do like once in a while hear like a. So it almost sounds like it has a vocal cord like a human.
Oh gosh. Okay,
Look
I
at
have
it.
to.
It's Dorig.
Hang on. Wisdom check. Nope, she is turning around to go back.
Okay. Cool.
If it was below 10, if it was 10 or lower, she would have gone to look. But no. So yeah, she will double time it back.
Got it. Okay.
I was like, okay, I didn't see anything, but it sounds like something is sleeping way down there.
Well, whatever's sleeping down there, it definitely can sleep through a lot of noise because we've made a lot of fucking noise since we've been here.
Yeah, and I don't want to go wake it up, so let's just let it sleep. Everyone needs a nap now and then, you know?
We have a timeline to undo anyway, so.
Yeah, so who's to say they're even sleeping there in like a couple days?
So you want me to go back down there and wake it
we're
up?
going back down the elevator.
No, at this point, you should just be able to go down there and kill it, and it won't even matter. Like, you shouldn't even let it sit on your conscience.
We can do whatever we want.
That's very deep at the top.
Okay. You guys go past the boarded off area that was pried off and head down the elevator.
Escalator.
These steps are moving on their own.
What sorcery is this?
Snake.
You guys
This is why kids are so lazy these days.
You make your way back to Ivrin's tiny hut.
Hi, Ivrin.
Hello. What'd you
There's
find?
something.
Why is it dark in here?
Some more keys.
And
Can I
also
try?
there's something giant sleeping up there in that pathway we didn't take. And,
Was it the Tarask?
oh gosh, I hope not. I didn't go far enough in. I just know that it sounded big.
Yeah, I wouldn't go down there. That's what the whole song's about the Tarask. The depiction's about the Tarask. Just don't even fuck with the Tarask. Or anything that could resemble a Tarask. That's just, we don't need that. Unless you want to use it to flatten the dragon, in which case it'll probably flatten Zorag's village as well. So just...
My village is already, like, flattened, so...
Right, but we're going back in time,
To when it's not flat.
Yeah, and then we're going to prevent it from being flattened.
The
plan.
timey-wimey concept of this is confusing me.
I'm gonna try
Here's the
G
thing,
and
though.
B.
You're gonna try G and B?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. How did you know?
E chord.
Okay. Yeah, both those slot in. What do you do now? Nothing seems to happen when you put them in.
Do they have
Push
to be
on the
turned at the same time?
Push on the door.
You try to push on the door, and it doesn't seem to budge.
Yes, each of us have to turn one at the same time.
Maybe we also have to do the note.
To the chord?
Yeah.
I don't know what a chord is. Maybe she has a faint idea of what a chord is.
Gotta play my horn in those notes.
Ivrin, could you try playing this?
I will play each note individually first, and if it doesn't work, I'll play the chord.
Okay. You play each note. You play E, and it turns. The key turns. You play G, it turns, but E turns back to the normal position. So when you play the note, the key turns, but it turns back.
When you play a
different note.
So you have to play the 3 chords at once.
So I'll try and play them at once, all together.
Okay, so this is where I don't know much about music, and I thought I understood this. It's been a few weeks since I studied this. What scale do you play it in? Is that a thing?
You mean octave?
C major.
If you're just playing those 3 notes, it doesn't necessarily dictate a certain scale.
Right, but there can be one, right?
There can be, yeah.
I'll play it in the regular octave. I'm really digging back to my piano knowledge here. What is middle C? Is it C major or is it C minor?
I believe middle C starts C major, right?
Then I'll play it in C.
It's been so long since I've done music theory. I did it in college.
I haven't played piano since I was like 7 years old, bro. This is tough for me too.
Imagine me, who literally I don't understand music. I had my friend in a call, and I was playing Call of Duty, trying to get him to explain this to me.
Because if you're just playing the chord, you don't have to play the full scale. It
could
that's
be
why it
a
doesn't dictate.
tritonic because there's 3 notes.
It doesn't. What's another word that's like scale but not scale? Is it like
pitch?
Is key the right word?
Yeah, there's keys. Yeah.
So keys.
The key of E major or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like it's part of the scale.
Right. So with. Never mind. Fuck this puzzle.
There's so many
point.
things.
Try all 12 scales.
I will do every single one, starting from the lowest
What are
and going to
What
the
are you
highest.
playing on?
I will play on my violin.
Okay, I don't
That
think
is the
you can
only
play a
instrument
chord
that
on
I-
That
the
is the
violin.
thing. I think the violin doesn't really work for this, unfortunately.
Then I will minor illusion the sound of a piano chord.
There you
Okay,
go.
hey, that's creative.
Yay!
And you just go through them all.
Fucking
Those are all the
did realize
scales.
it. Yes, I do.
Okay. You go through them all. However, I want you to roll me a
Performance.
We're
D100.
all gonna die because he played the wrong scale.
That's a
Either gets it or he
55.
doesn't.
Over half. Let's go.
Does this cantrip you're using require verbal components?
It does not. Just semantic and material.
Cool. So that's good for you. Ivrin, it starts playing these, but you eventually start hearing him just like gibbering. He's just like going on. It almost sounds like those monsters a little bit, only less mouths. Blah, blah,
Hey,
blah, blah, blah,
Ivor,
blah,
stop
blah.
that shit.
Okay. Why?
But all you hear is what?
You bite your tongue. You sound like you bit your tongue. Hang on. Maybe I got some water here.
Sure, why not? It's a cave. It's hot, I'm sure.
As you finally
volcanic
hit
cave?
the correct key, I don't know terminology. The keys all ching 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 turn at once, and the door begins to rumble and start to sink into the floor below.
Oh, it worked. Good job,
Congratulations. Congratulations, Ivory.
It's happening to you too.
Very kind.
I still don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Ivan didn't lose his tongue, did he? Does he still have his tongue?
You open up his mouth and look in. Yeah, he's got a tongue.
Okay, good. Ow,
okay. Why did you just forcibly shove your fingers into Ivan's mouth?
I wanted to make sure his tongue was still there since he was talking funny.
If my tongue disappears, please don't do that to me.
Ivan is just over in the corner like, ugh.
I think you triggered his gag reflex.
Sorry, Ivan.
So, the doors open, and this mist starts to kind of leak out of the room. It's like this, there's all different colors like blue, green, pink, start to kind of seep out as if they've been trapped in here for a while.
About the air thinking it's cotton candy.
Okay. It's not. It tastes, when you bite it, you actually get like a little jolt, like a little zap. Your friend buzzed you with one of those buzzer toys.
Oh, it's just spicy cotton candy.
But looking in as you come to the doorway, there is more of those gibbering mouthers scattered around this room. However, they seem to be like standing in place, staring at the pipe in the center of this room. There's this massive pipe similar to the one you guys climbed down. And in here, the music is much, much louder. So, I need everybody besides Equal to roll me a D100 now.
What the hell? Why doesn't Equal have to roll it?
34.
19, really?
Suspected.
59.
The sheer sound of this music, Volida, is enough to make you go blind and deaf.
Lesser restoration it away.
You don't find yourself fully blinded and deafened. You're only like partially. Everything sounds very muffled to you. This actually might be advantageous in this situation. Aelin, you are disgusted by this music. It makes you almost angrily, like you're so upset and disgusted that it almost makes you angry at it.
She cusses out in Elvish and Dwarvish and every other language she knows. Yeah, that's it. Elvish and Dwarvish and Common, and just cusses it, going, "Oh God, this is horrible! Who the bleepity bleep bleep bleep? Insert censorship is playing this awful noise."
Do it, Chris. Do the noise. Do the noise, Chris.
It's music. I don't know.
Who the F
no,
is?
the beep noise.
The censor. The beep.
Oh.
Who the?
I muted myself.
Such bad music.
Okay. Renatar.
I was hoping you forgot.
Start to step inside the room. You something that hasn't paralyzed you, like you're not paralyzed, but back in season 1, you had a moment where you sort of broke down over what happened to your tribe, and those feelings are starting to creep back, and in your head you start to have visions just returning of that whole massacre of your village, and you start to feel the guilt of it once again.
Zorag looks highly depressed.
Valida will back into the hut. Ivern, what do we do now?
What's Valida's effect? Is Valida clean?
She's blind and deaf, partially.
Oh, she's blind and deaf?
Yeah.
So Ivern will talk to you, but you won't hear it, right?
Yeah, and you're talking in your muffled stuff still, aren't you?
Not that you couldn't understand me anyway.
Yeah.
Still fucking...
I'll roll to see what Rumshu and Sildar got. You guys can keep going about.
All right.
Rumshu seems to be shaking. And Sildar, you don't notice anything wrong with Sildar.
Rumshu, you look like a chihuahua.
What's that?
Little dog that's scared of everything and just shakes all the time.
Oh.
What are you saying?
Oh, he looks like a chihuahua.
So you guys are just chilling back at the tiny hut?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't think I really want to do this.
Can we close this frickin' door? This music is horrible.
We've got to keep going. I just can't see what's ahead of us. We can't stop now.
Baby, take my...
Can Aelin see where the source of the noise is? The source of the music.
Do you see? I don't know if you can see the source of the music. If you step in the room, you might get a better chance.
Yeah, she'll step in the room.
Okay.
Wish I could see music.
In here, you do see like a handful of. I'm gonna bring you guys over to that page. A handful of gibbering mouthers kind of standing in place. They all seem to be facing this big metal pipe. It does seem to be shaking slightly, this pipe, just a little bit. And this room is full of those different swirling clouds of fog, mist, like stuff.
What if we cracked the pipe?
In the hut, Valida's going to use Luster Restoration just under blindness because you can only choose one anyway. So she'll clear the blindness.
Okay, there you go.
That's better. Is that pipe where we have to go?
Anything else in this room?
There's some pillars that go up to the ceiling, just seem to be like structural. This one pipe has these two different, like, Valida, you would probably be able to piece together like pumps that are on either side. But no, other than that, this room doesn't seem to have much else going on.
Are there any valves with like pressure? I can't think tonight. I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
So do you want me to just hit it? I mean,
no. What? So it has these two pumps. Do they have like shut off valves to them?
Dude, that's exactly what I was looking for, and I couldn't think of it. I was like,
Do you move further into the room?
Yeah, fuck it. These things seem to be obsessed with this music right now, right?
Mm-hmm. They're vibing out.
Yeah, I'll go in there then.
Okay. So the lot of you, or whoever chooses, enters this room and starts to investigate this giant pipe. Valiada, roll me investigation.
Help her with it?
Yeah.
What?
Nat
20 for 21.
Well,
Very
I don't
nice.
accept my help.
So Valiada, as you're investigating this, it seems like the pumps are actually not functional. They're not working. They're not on. The shaking seems to be coming from whatever. Maybe it's something in the pipe. Maybe it's whatever the pipe is. Was carrying, or maybe it's the music. As you do feel the pipe, and it does kind of vibrate with this music.
We might have to go down there.
Is the music coming from the pipe?
At this point, Aelin, as you get closer, you would probably be able to figure out yes.
Oh, wait, is this like an open pipe that's just leading into the room?
No, so sorry, I wanted to explain that. So on the map, it looks that way, but it's just because it goes up.
Okay.
It could potentially be the pipe that you guys were coming down, but this one, but it was cut off. Remember, like there was a bunch of rocks kind of jammed in there. It could be that same pipe. It looks very similar, but just further down the hole, the ground.
Do these pumps have like levers? Like, could we like?
You want to try and manually pump one? These things are like massive. You kind of jump on. There is like these levers kind of toward the top, and you try and jump on it and pull it. You alone don't seem to weigh enough to bring this thing down.
What if I recklessly pull it? No.
I'll jump on it with him.
You weigh like a lot, right, Valiada? No.
What are you trying to say?
You're a very muscular woman.
280 pounds.
180? Okay. I'll say the two of you combined, it does start to come down. And you do hear like a bubbling. I can't do a bubbling sound, I guess. But you start to hear a bubbling. But it quickly goes out as you guys come to the bottom of this pole. You know, it's reached its most bottom part the lever can go to, and then it kind of stops. Once you guys let go, the lever resets back up.
Let's do some engineering with some rope here.
You said there was something big upstairs. What did it sound like? Just sound big?
Just sounded like it was big and sleeping, like it was snoring and grumbling in its sleep.
It was grumbling. Like it was talking.
It was asleep. It was snoring.
So that might be the thing that can pull us. I don't know.
Maybe it was having a bad dream.
So unless we go back to the pipe and start blasting through rock, I don't know what else to do with this thing.
So anyway, I started blasting. I mean, we can always just go wake whatever that is up, but odds are we might have to kill it.
Judging from how we moved about here, would the room above us be about where that creature was?
No.
Okay. It's like, well, that creature wouldn't be up there. And she starts like rubbing her ears, getting
No, because the pipe we came down is up there. Oh. Unless anybody else has any other ideas.
Well, why don't we just bust open the pipe? It's already
Because we
busted.
don't know what we're going to be letting out. It's full and busted up there, but we don't know what it could be letting out. This music's already having effects on us from what I can tell.
Yeah,
Where is the gas coming from?
So you kind of have to. It's kind of just filling the
still in
room,
the hut.
but if you, you're all the way back in the hut.
If I leave the hut fades, and I don't want to leave the hut yet, because I don't know. Well, I guess there's no point in us having the hut, is there? Really?
Yeah.
Aelin will try to figure out where the gas is coming from then.
Yeah, roll me a perception.
Perception.
Okay.
30-20.
So I think Valida and you both kind of can piece together this information. Aelin, you see that the gases seem to be leaking kind of from from the pipe itself, where like the pipe seems to be like screwed down, these big nuts down onto something, but with the rumbling, and as you look closer at this, try and find out where the gas is leaking from, you look down and almost looks, you can see when it rumbles and kind of rattles a little bit, that it seems like it's come loose over the years, and these nuts aren't fully tightened anymore.
Well, it seems like it's coming from the junction point over here. She'll point at it and kind of wriggle one of the bolts.
This is so hard to communicate because I can't talk and I can't cast spells through the dome. So it's like, I don't even know if anyone could understand Ivern in particular.
Walk up to Ivern, give him a rock, and point at the wall and imitate writing something.
Is he?
None of us can understand you, man.
At that point, I'll just walk out the dome. Like, it's not doing anything. I'll just ritually cast it later if we need it. And all my talking will be done through minor illusion because I'll just image words up the best I can.
Okie dokie.
Okay, the first thing that I will say, I will point to the left as we're looking at it, like lever, I guess. And I will minor illusion a word that says polymorph ? And then it'll fade. And it'll say eagle and point to me.
Oh, so we have to be pumping both of those at the same time. So if you go big, unpump it, and then the rest of us pump the other one?
Yeah, he nods. He nods at that.
I guess wouldn't eagle be heavy enough?
An eagle can carry like 2 people, 3 people. They carried you when we were over Icewind Dale, right?
No, I carried everybody. I was the eagle.
Right, so you were. I don't think what would have a good intelligence. I think eagles have decent strength, right? Giant eagles?
How about a silverback gorilla?
I would worry about their intelligence being too low.
Saw a video of a silverback gorilla grab a stick and smack another gorilla in the head with it. It was hilarious.
Would be a giant ape for this.
Now let's look at
That could be a
the
T-Rex.
stats.
I can't reach the lever.
It's a 7.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty decent. Just like a dumb person.
And it's not like you lose all drive of what you're doing when you polymorph.
Right.
It's just its learning capabilities aren't as good.
I worry that if I transform into something that's big and can smash things and is probably hungry, it will maybe go badly.
Just don't be hungry, forehead.
You're right.
Also, apes are vegetarians.
Are we talking about apes now? Oh, yes, we were. You're right. Do I know what a giant ape is? I probably do, right? I know the giant creatures.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, you've seen Zorag.
Hey.
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 Alright, so, I apologize. As a Canadian,
I know, you've seen
I'm
Zorag.
sorry. Alright, but Aelin will go, well, should we be pumping this, or should we tighten the boots, or tighten these bolts or loosen the rest of them?
I feel like if we loosen those and then start pumping, it's going to blow this pipe.
Well, so if we
would get into it.
Where do we go after this?
Yeah, I mean...
Well, weren't we supposed... Isn't this like...
We're supposed to get to the weave.
Isn't that
and this
through
thing
the pipe?
probably is what's funneling the weave, right? So
we
it
are,
would
like,
be in there.
While I'm still in me form, can I identify what this gas is / does? I know that it halts the mouthers.
If you eat it, it shocks your tongue a little.
Oh, man. Roll me Arcana?
Okay. I'll do that. That's 21.
It's very weird. It's like nothing you've experienced before. It's almost like raw magic in a gaseous state.
Okay, so this gas probably links to the weave somehow. So if we pump this tube, it could all leak around us. It could go straight up through the pipe. Or we could jump down the pipe to find the source, basically.
Or we'd have to go back up and clear out the rubble that's blocking it, because this isn't open.
Right, so this pipe originally led to the Spellforge.
Mm-hmm. So I would assume it would lead to the weave then, if that's where it's getting its magic from.
Right, so the other end should lead to the weave. So we should just really
Let's undo the bolts and see if we can knock it over. Hang on, I have to roll something for Aelin since she's getting very disgusted by this music. So, like, she's still pretty disgusted by the music playing, so let's see here. Alright, she is gonna bang on the pipe, going, "Would you cut that out?"
The nearest gibbering mouther seems to get angry at this disturbance of the music, and starts to like move toward you, until you stop banging, in which
well, she
it
just
calms
did
down
two
again.
bangs.
Yeah.
And Aelin
That's
will
what I was
turn
worried
and glare at the gibberer.
That's what I was worried about.
Right, okay. So we can attempt to remove the pipe quietly.
Well, I don't think we
Pipe
can
may
just
go-
remove the pipe, because you would assume it's attached. It's all the way up. We can't just push a pipe that we were able to move through out of the way.
Well,
Because it's attached
here.
upwards.
It's attached at the bottom.
Yeah, it's
What is
attached
it
at the bottom, but it's
made
also
of,
attached to the
Grizz?
top, so it's not going to just shimmy over. It's still got a bunch of pipe above us that it's attached to. That goes all the way to the surface.
If we could move it, it'd probably only be like an inch, if
Yeah.
that.
About how high up is the pump junction?
To the
I mean, I could climb up there and detach any bolts, but
it's probably 30 feet up.
Alright, would Aelin's mage hand be potentially strong enough to help loosen some of the bolts above?
Do you have the basic one or like the advanced one? I know there's like an advanced mage hand.
I just have the regular mage hand. I would have had the advanced mage hand if I took the extra level in rogue, but I took it in fighter, so I just have the regular mage hand that can pick pockets.
So that mage hand would probably be too weak. I think it can
Mhm.
only do like 10 pounds or something like that of weight. I feel like it
Yeah.
would take a little more pressure to get those. A little more torque.
Yeah, it's the 10th at 10th level rogue that gets you the mage hand that you can even use to distract people, but not this one.
At this point, you hear at the entrance in, "Is it safe to come in?"
Or no?
Sildar, Tharden, and Rumshu.
I mean, what'd you say? I forgot I'm still deaf.
Hello, Valiada. Is it safe?
Hello?
Anyone?
Oh right, she can't hear very well. Yeah, you can come in. Just be careful of the globby boys. By the way, wasn't there a guy who wrote a book on this place?
I thought, for the story, I thought we were just given some basic information, but I didn't think we were actually given the book back.
Yeah, so the composer did drop the book and the potions off with you guys.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yep. He teleported them to Phandalin.
Who writes the book?
Rain, I believe, had it. I think he's the one who took it.
I have the book?
I think so. I'm pretty sure you're the one who took it.
Oh shit! I didn't put that in my inventory. I'll look and see what's in the book. What's in the book, Grizz?
What's in the book?
What's in the book?
In the box.
I have cigars.
Okay.
Yeah, light one right now. See if we all die.
I am very tempted.
You peeked over this a little, and the composer had given you some information that was in here. But as you're kind of searching through the pages, kind of quick, tossing them over, you do see sort of a drawing that catches your attention of this whole schematic of a of a pump. These pumps that you see before you. And then you there's this whole passage about all of this. It's talking about the people working on the job to build this pump over this raw magic, and how they're going to pump it up into the Spellforge and use it as fuel. However, you see, as you continue reading, oh my god, I just froze name for a second. Beaugentle makes a note that the pipe is sitting directly over the source, and he believes it's directly like an entrance to the weave.
Yeah. So we can either try and flood the chamber with magic from the weave.
You would probably be able to put together by this from well, I guess you weren't there in season 1, but from your understanding reading this book, that the pipe was all designed to fuel the forge.
Mm-hmm.
That might be its only purpose.
Right, but we could try and pump this chamber to keep the mouths at bay while we detach the pipe and then jump in. Is what my thought is.
Or with the pumping blast the rubble out too.
Right, but it wouldn't matter what happens above, because we're about to go back in time and change everything.
Well, I would say if it blasts the rubble, it would give us an opening, is what I was saying. We wouldn't. If it moved it would give us an opening, and we don't have to remove the pipe. We just go back up and go down then.
Well, then we probably would want to tighten these bolts here to make sure that it actually keeps pressure.
How big is the opening that the gas is coming out of?
It's probably like 2 inches.
So, I mean, if we really wanted to ditch everyone, I could polymorph 2 people into ants and then dimension door me in a third person.
While some of my industrial grade duct tape and slap it over that hole, you know?
Hey,
Or I could polymorph one and then dimension door Aelin.
one problem with your plan.
What's that? What's that?
How are you gonna know where to drop yourselves off? How do you know how this works?
Not a clue.
Figure we type into a keypad the year that we'd want to go in, and then we'd get in the car and drive. Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
You can hear it now, Valeda?
No, that's why I'm yelling.
Oh, I forgot that Ivern's supposed to be sounding like gibberish.
Yeah,
Well, he's been
Ivern's
minor
been-
illusioning his words.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing it through interpretive dance.
I could just
roll
see
so much performance.
into there. I might be able to figure something out.
What do you think we should move
y'all
the
want me
pipe
to
or
just
blow
chop
the
into
rubble?
this thing?
Do we want to take care of these things before we start chopping into that?
I say,
Wait.
yeah, let's do that. I need to punch something. This music's ticking me off.
I mean, I could poke one of them and see if it offends them. And if it doesn't, just hack away, I guess.
I think we all take a turn hitting them before they're aware that we're trying to hit them.
All right, I'll stand over here, Valida. Do you want to get over there? Zorag, yeah, I'm gonna need you to come out. No, I'll put him on the other side. Actually, I'll put him. I'll put him on the other side of the one I'm on. Actually, no, I'm Valida. We're gonna do this one at a time.
All right. Get rid of one.
That way we get them quick as fuck.
Yeah,
And I'll
maybe
put
it doesn't distract
right
the
over
others
here.
if we get it to it fast enough.
How?
Because they're entranced with music.
No, I'm looking for Zor Echo to find the Echo token. But how much damage can you guys all do at once? I'm kind of curious.
Well,
You
it
guys...
depends on the
What the max
rolls.
damage is.
I would be using a rage.
Cannot you open character sheet? What the hell?
Yeah, sometimes roll
So-
20 can
What
be a
the
butt.
heck?
With a straight action, no bonus action, I would be doing at max 11 damage.
At max with 2 hits, I can do how's math work? 26 points of damage. And that's
Without
flat,
rage,
without
I can do
smite.
28
Yeah, it's without rage.
flat. And if I do rage, I'll be able to do a 32 max.
Okay. So, you guys all gather around this, and you're gonna go to attack it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, chop away.
Why not?
You guys don't have to roll. I'll just... Well, sorry, that's your max damage, right? You guys said-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's max
Yeah, roll.
amount of damage we can
Fuck
do. Okay, here's both of
Alright,
mine.
so I did 15.
I did 25.
I did 4
18.
If I hit on a 15, I do 4. It's a low.
Well, apparently these squishies have a low AC.
Yeah, they have a very low AC. You guys almost killed this one.
Yay.
As you all attack it at once, do this massive damage, it starts to freak out and starts
Hold on. If I see it ain't dead yet, I'll use my Unleash Incarnation and just have Zorag hit it also.
Okay, is that like a bonus action to hit it as well?
Yeah, it's you heighten your Echo's Fury when you take the attack action. You can make one additional melee attack from your Echo's position.
How much damage you doing?
I have a bonus action dagger if it matters.
It could potentially matter.
Well, he would do 11 slashing damage.
All right, this thing
I do
dies.
6.
It
Yeah.
starts to squirm, and you can tell it's about to let out a giant screech, but you quickly stab it in its mouth one more time.
Smells.
One of its mouths. one more
stabs
time.
a mouth.
As it falls to the floor into a gelatinous puddle.
On to the next one.
You
Aylin's
going
gonna
clockwise with this or what?
Aylin's just gonna double check the puddle. Is there anything in it?
You do not see anything in it now.
I think we go
Okay.
counterclockwise because we're going back in time.
Hey, that's a good. That's pretty cool.
Speaking of back in time, you guys.
Hey, Rumshu, are you helping us kill these things?
Oh shit!
I feel like that would
I'm
help
sorry,
out a lot. Hey, Sildar, would you help defend Phandalin? Get over here and help swing at these things.
Struggling to kind of steady my hands, anyways.
It's okay, Rumshu. We're gonna stop that nasty music in a few moments.
Rumshu, did you have something important to tell us here about going back in time?
I love you.
All right,
I'll
well,
love
let's keep going.
I was about to say he finally admitted it.
All right. Next one, right?
Rumshu misses. Sildar misses.
What?
I rolled.
Oh shit, I forgot my sneaky. There it is. So
Nat
20s.
Yeah, okay, so this one dies. I mean, like...
Both of them, baby.
Alright, at this point, I'm just gonna say you guys are able to kill them all, because...
Yay!
What's gonna happen is if you tried to kill
Murder.
one, it was gonna yell, and they were all gonna come after you, but at this point, I think you guys successfully would just be able to kill them all.
Okay, cool.
So you guys go around the room, systematically murdering each and every single one of these gibbering mouthers. They're just chilling there, you know, they're just having the time of their lives, jamming out to some
Not anymore.
tunes.
I'm scannered.
It won't matter because we're going back in time and they'll come back to life.
Anyways.
Our actions
You know,
mean nothing.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that these used to be miners that we're just slaughtering right now.
I mean, they live a wretched life now, unfortunately.
No, we're just putting them down, you know.
Are we taking this off or fastening them down?
Take him off.
take him off.
What?
Well, Leda, this is why I
Yes.
asked you here this day.
Why is that?
I don't think you all should go into the weave. I think
You don't?
I'll go in. I'll find a way to open the portal.
Right. So. But what'll happen to you?
I don't know. But it's all... The longer I've been down here, the more it started to make sense in my head. All those strings I put up in my house, all those events, they're starting to align. I think I can figure it out.
Well, do you think we should just knock this off and let you in there, or do we need to blow the stuff above us and let you in that way?
I think if we can knock it off here, now that those monsters are gone.
We could just punch a hole in it too. We don't have to unscrew everything.
Looks pretty thick. If you think you can do it.
Slam an axe into it.
We have some shatters. Looks at
That's
us.
true. Hey, Ivan, you think you can blast this thing?
Yeah, I could blast some blasting.
Blasted.
I can't talk, but I could do some ass blasting right now.
I'm just gonna back away.
Lower me on spells, but that's fine. We'll rest later. It's fine. I'll
We'll rest later when we're dead.
I'll send a couple shatters into the side of the pipe.
If I need to, I can go all out on it one time too.
Yeah, combined with your combined force, you're able to shatter and crack open and kind of use your hammer and kind of like peel back some of the metal to make an opening in, and you see down below this it looks like water, except it's all different sorts of colors in this pool below this pipe. This pipe was kind of placed on and bolted into the ground over this, what like I said, it looks like a spring or a pool. But as you look closer, the water seems to actually be these winding infinite amount of strings of different colors weaving one in and out of one another. It just looks like water.
Aelin gets dizzy
Is that
looking
the
at the
live
water.
stream?
It's the well below Phandalin. She's like holding her hammer out over to look at it. Well,
I think Sephiroth's down there.
you're sure about this, Tharden?
Wait, the one-winged angel?
Tharden like looks down.
It's like Aelin snaps her fingers. That's the music I'm hearing.
Tharden leans over, looks in. I think so, but I need to know when, where. I've never been to your village, Renatar. Is that where you're going?
No, I'd imagine. It's about 2 years ago. I'm not very good with maps here.
We have maps, right?
Yes, you do. Well, I'm sure at least one of you does.
Okay. Yeah, show and throw a map and point where they went to, because she was there.
That was...
You see, you gotta go over here by these mountains. If you meet some dwarves, you've gone too far. You gotta turn back.
Right. Okay. Working with the map, I can get you roughly there. I know the date and time. That much I know. Okay.
All right.
Buy me some time. If...
It's supposed to be a pun.
Maybe. Thank you, Valiada.
Aelin gives him the 30 silver pieces, like, I hope this helps.
You can keep that. I don't think I'm going to need it.
Oh, I thought you meant you literally need to buy time.
If he goes back in time with that and tries to spin it, people are going to go crazy because the date printed on that coin is later than
the date was minted.
This is how I save my brothers.
We'll get them back.
Hey. It was good knowing the rest of you. Good luck.
You too.
Bye.
And he just kind of walks into this
Swan
pool
dives.
and slowly begins to sink down. And you see some sort of like bubbles pop up at the top.
Well, hopefully that
throw a
worked.
rock in there
And he
just to
didn't-
ruin someone's day.
Hopefully that worked.
Some
And
like
you just
random
walk in
NPCs
and
just
die.
walking along a road and just ah.
Hello there. Zorag or Renatar, I guess.
Yeah, that's... What's up, Rumshoe?
So they're going home, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
You're gonna finally save your village?
Maybe if I fail, it's not like I did anything worse than I already did.
Huh. You always fight with so much guilt in your eyes. I don't want to see that again.
Well, if
So,
this works, you'll never have me, so...
I hope for your sake that's true. You gotta fight for your future now. Rumshu hugs your thigh, because that's like the height he comes up to.
I'm like kind of awkward, put my hands up a little bit, and then after a second, I just kind of put my hand on the back of his head, and I just kind of pat him. Like the pet he is.
Yay! Full circle.
Sildar finally chimes up. Couldn't talk there for a while.
I was wondering why you wouldn't say anything as we were slaughtering all of those mouth things.
Something came over me down here. Well, I'll be dead if you guys succeed, so it's been nice knowing you.
Oh shit, I just realized that. Hey, Rumshu, just so you know, if this doesn't work, Clark's totally going to fuck your world up.
Oh shit.
Or if this works, you're kind of fucked. Your foot will probably eventually fall off. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm worried about, to be honest. It's not helping that you're bringing it up.
I mean, Sildar started it, so.
Oh yes, I've come to accept my inevitable demise. I've lived a long, full life.
What if one of us just goes back in time and just destroys the Spellforge while the rest of the... Yeah, I feel like if we just destroy the Spellforge, this will... none of this will happen. And you won't die. You're still screwed, Rumshu, but he won't die.
I don't know for sure. Either way, it was an honor serving you all. With you. Hopefully.
Aylin's gonna go up to him and pat Sildar's shoulder as like, thank you for being a good friend to my uncle.
Thank you. And
I just realized that means Zeke is going to be drinking the Waldar's grave.
And Aylin's also gonna go, and I'm sorry, I'm the one that stole the apple pie off of your windowsill.
Son of a bitch.
15 years ago. It just smelled so good.
15 years ago? Wait, hold on.
Sildar wasn't in Phandalin.
Weren't you in Waterdeep 15 years ago?
I guess she could have been, actually. How old's Aylin?
She is
86.
She's an elf, half elf.
She's 40.
Yeah, so yeah, you totally could have. This would have been like in like Waterdeep though. But yes.
Yeah.
It's completely, I mean, it's not impossible.
Exactly.
Well, perhaps we'll still meet again. Fate is still a thing. Who knows? If not you, maybe some other bold adventures will come my way.
Well, maybe Jack won't get herself killed this time.
What's taking him so long?
Maybe it's full of stars.
You guys begin to hear the sounds of clicking and ticking reverberating off the walls.
Anybody hear that, or is that my deafness?
No, but I can hear ticking.
Valia turns around from looking at the pool. Were y'all talking?
If Aylin's gonna go right up to Valia and call up at her. It's like, there's ticking echoing from the pool.
Oh. I hope you guys aren't saying anything while I wasn't looking at you. I can't read lips when I'm not facing you.
I stole Sildar's pie 15 years ago in Waterdeep.
I already knew that.
Okay.
You did what to his pie? We'll just tell your mother we ate it all.
The ticking seems to be coming closer, and it seems to be reverberating and coming in from outside of the room that you're in, not from the spring.
Guess I'll go investigate it.
Yeah. Aelin will go with them.
As you start to head out, you see a familiar sight to you, Renatar, as these floating... the first thing you see is a floating starfish.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. As soon as it was out of the room, I knew what was happening.
And you see behind it just waves and waves of different varying creatures that you once saw in the cave when you went back with Valida and found the scale and all that shit. They are slowly approaching, scanning the walls and various areas, making these sort of ticking noises, like a grandfather clock.
The heck are these
Hey,
things?
Ivrin, if you play that music again, you think you can shut that door?
There's only one way to find out. Come back in right now, please. And then when they're all in, I'll play the chord that unlocked the door.
You go to play it with no success.
How the hell did they shut this thing? Play it in reverse.
I will Mage hand take out the key from inside the room.
Aelin will help.
The keys have sunk into the ground with the door.
Yeah.
Yes, so the door went into the ground.
You
Oh, no.
fucker.
So they,
Yeah.
yeah, these waves and waves are quickly approaching. As you guys try to look for a solution here, you do hear just kind of in the space around you hey, get ready, I'm opening the portal now.
You want to hurry up?
Okay, good timing.
Let's go
There's
into
a starfish that's about to start shooting laser beams at all of us.
It shoots what?
Oh, this is gonna be fun for you.
Let's go into initiative.
It hurts like a bitch.
I call it Starro the Conqueror.
Yeah, it never hit me, but Valida really felt something when it hit her.
Initiative. Holy shit, it's actually good.
Roll bad so I can go to the bathroom.
Oh, I didn't
Yes!
touch my token.
No, we're gonna go.
Here
We're
we
gonna
go.
go to break once everybody rolls.
Damn it.
Hold on, that's not my actual
I gave away my play.
initiative. I got to
Now I want a high initiative. Let me reroll.
All right.
I fixed it.
So I'll roll all of them during the break, but that's a perfect spot to go to break as these hordes of drones, mono drones, penta drones, all that shit, start to rush their way toward the wave, the weave wave cave, the weave cave.
The weave
well.
Pick up my weave.
Well,
So we'll return in like 10-ish minutes. Be there. Or
Dennis.
be circle.
Oh, got him.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Hopefully you had a good break. By the way, Equa's camera's black because he's on baby duty, if you're wondering.
I'm a dad.
Duty.
Duty.
so there might be some duty involved.
Last we left off, the
Baby shit.
you guys were being approached from
My starfish!
a group of different shaped robots. There's like some triangles and squares, and I say robots, and not really. I mean, they're kind of robots.
I
They're
thought a
like,
triangle was two-dimensional.
all right, you know what? Pyramid. Sorry, you got some
Autonomous
pyramids, some spheres, some
Cubes.
All like starting to approach the room. They're scanning these different areas outside, these different walls, as Renatar and Valida had seen before. And they're starting to make your way here as Thardan's voice rung out in the room, telling you he was almost ready. Ivrin, what do you do?
Are we booking it down the pipe?
I don't think we go through the tunnel. I think he's opening a different thing for us to go through. So we go right to where we want to be instead of traveling on our own. We have to hold them off.
Well, fuckity-doo. Then I will... Shit biscuits. I will cast Shatter on all of them down there at the second level.
Okay.
That's what I'll do. So it's a con save for all of them.
Copy that. I wonder if they all have the same modifier or not.
Are they inorganic?
We got lips.
They're like a mix of both. They're like flesh that is also combined with these mechanical parts.
All right.
There's some real Tim Burton shit going on in front of us right now.
They count as constructs. So
It's up to you. They have disadvantage if they are inorganic.
that one failed anyways. This one failed. Why do I roll so bad? I'm gonna assume they all have. Wow. I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 1.
Yeah, shatter them.
The final
and a 5.
countdown.
So
Never mind.
So that's 17 thunder damage for all of them. And then I will move back and away 25 feet. That's what I'll do.
let's see. So the pyramid shaped one and the sphere both shatter and break into. Actually, no, they kind of break into these cubes like we described before in a few episodes back, and kind of start to disintegrate, in like a digital effect. But you guys wouldn't know what the fuck that is.
What is that effect they're disappearing into?
They're glitching into the Matrix.
We've got a
the
short
Matrix?
rest anyway. I'm gonna inspire Renatar. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'll just say, "You got this, buddies," and I'll give him a thumbs up from behind the thing. Well, there's two of them, so it's buddies, right? And
What'd you say?
You got this?
I can't hear you. Are you inspiring me?
No, shit. Fuck. And that's my time.
Ooh wee, is that compliment for me? I told someone at work the other day, I was like, I wish everyone had southern accents. And he goes, ooh wee, I disagree. And I was like, I was so offended, but so laughing at the same time. I was like, what? You put thought into that.
Yeah, get them oozes out of here.
It was Aylin's turn, unless you had something else, Ivrin.
Nope, that's my action, bonus action, and movement. That's all I got.
Okay. Aylin.
Alright, Aylin is gonna look over at Renatar. It's like, so are they, so they'll shoot lasers at you if you get too close to them, or?
I don't even think you have to get close. The starfish is, hey, Valida, how close were you when you got hit by the starfish?
Not very close. It hurts, and it shoots far.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Then Aylin is going to move up to right about here, and she's going to use Mind Whip on the bigger starfish thing.
Okay. It's gonna make a. Is it wisdom or intelligence? Charisma? Save?
It's an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence. It rolled a 12.
It fails. So it takes 10 psychic damage, and it can only choose a action, movement, or bonus action. Only one of the three on its turn.
Okay.
And
Choose
then
action
she
and
will-
shoot us.
Then she will go and move kind of behind this pillar over here.
Okay.
And that'll be her turn.
Renatar.
I wanted to double check something real quick. Okay, I'm gonna run up on this thing, and I'm going to have Zorag following me. Okay, we're just gonna do this little number here. We're running up. And I'm gonna do a swingy and then another swingy in a reckless type fashion. A 28 and a 26. Or however much that is. 23? 22? I can't do quick math.
It's 23.
23.
AC. You swung recklessly on both of them? Is
Yeah,
that what you said?
yeah.
How do you want to kill it?
Oh. I stab it in the center, like the center. I stab it through the center.
Butthole.
I don't want to. Yeah, I was gonna call it a butthole, but I was like, do I really call it that?
Mm-hmm.
I stab the starfish in its starfish.
Okay. That you do. And it does the same thing where it starts to fall apart into these bricks and disintegrate.
That's it for me.
It is the thing's turns. This little cube guy, he is going to.
This little cube of mine.
He's gonna
I'm gonna go and stab.
swing at Zorag, the ghosty, echoey, for a 14.
That misses.
Oh, okay. It's gonna go again. It gets multi-attack.
We go again.
It misses again.
It's gonna
Oh, wait, you said
stab
14?
this.
Yeah.
Be stabbed.
Yeah, that misses. Sorry, I had to do that.
Get me all excited.
I'm behind you chuckling, man.
So
So
mean.
Okay,
So
this
mean.
Wait,
this
so put it
one
together,
starts to
misses.
move up. This one starts to move up.
Oh shit.
Oh no, it's another upside down pyramid squishy.
It is Valida's go.
Oh hell, they're all too far away. I will run forward towards them and hurl the winged javelin at the cube.
Okay.
Javelin for that one.
Miss.
I always forget to say reckless. I think I can't reckless that anyway because it's range. Yeah, that's her turn.
Copy that. Got that Rumshoe and Sildar.
As per usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. What was the rest of your turn? I'm sorry.
That was the
was
rest
it?
of her turn. I mean,
ran.
she missed her javelin. She can't do anything else.
Is this the flying javelin with the wings? The winged javelin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll come back at the end of your next turn.
Hmm.
Avrin.
Baby Ivan.
Yeah, it might be baby time. Ivern suffers the effects of madness and his turn skips.
What?
He's
He has
unmuted.
Fireball
Now
on
he's
me.
here.
Bro,
Oh.
I'm always here. I'm always
Well, we-
present. You just gotta tell me.
We did.
We did twice.
No, you said it's Ivern's turn, and then Sharp went, "It's baby time," and I went, "What?"
No, he said it before that too.
Oh shit, I don't know what to do, you guys.
Just fireball me, man. I'll survive.
No, I'm not going to fireball you. I don't know if we're going to be able to long rest.
Well, we'll die either way if we don't get a long rest.
I guess I'll just run up and I'll cast my last second level to shatter again. Right there on all of the other guys. It's a con save again.
Okay, con save it is. It's a 5. 13. 8.
They all fail. 14 points of damage.
14 damage. And then I'm not going to bother inspiring anyone. Baka doesn't deserve it. That will be the end of my turn, I think.
The cube dies. Okay, I think this one, I can line this up. Oh wait, no, it's Aylin's turn now. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you just skip
It's because we went back. I had already skipped Ivrin on the tracker.
Oh.
But then forgot. So go ahead, Aylin.
Alrighty. Aylin is going to move forward to about over here, and she is going to knock an arrow and shoot it at the big starfish.
Okay.
Pew! And she missed.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Fired and I missed.
She fired and she missed, and then she... And she'll just move just... No, she can't move anymore. She'll just stay right there and pull out her rapier.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Hang on. I
ahead.
have one last thing to do. I would like to use my rally maneuver, and I will say it towards Valida. It's like, you could do this. We'll crush them all. And so you will get a d6 plus my charisma for temporary hit points. So my charisma is +2, so here's d6. So you get 6 temporary hit points.
Ooh, thank you. What?
Yeah, exactly. And that'll be your turn. You feel bolstered, and even though you can't really hear what she said, but
Whatever you said made me feel better.
Cool, that's her turn.
You will fire at the pyramid first. That kills it. And then he'll shoot at the starfish. And miss.
Damn it, wrong shoe.
His hands are kind of shaking. You can tell. Renatar.
I'm gonna walk up and do a swingy swing, some recklessness.
Okay.
As I do this, I'm just gonna say, "Hickory dickory dock, you've done fucked up." Swing twice.
Both
for
those...
24 and a 20.
Oh, never mind. Reckless, right? Yep, those hit.
I got math and stuff. I'm an electrician.
You fucked this thing up. It looks like it's you've almost split this thing in two, but it's still managing to cling to life? Question mark. I don't know. These things live.
Spit on it.
Short circuits.
Okay, yeah, that'll be it for me.
Does your echo have limited attacks, or
I can only do it. I can only have a third attack with him a number of times a day.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So.
I think it's per day. I think after a short rest, I might get it back. I don't know.
Let's see which ones are the next ones that come up. Okay. So.
Yeah, long rest.
First, you guys see, not too far back, so they don't have to dash, is another starfish that moves its way up, and a monodrone. The starfish next to you, Zorag, the one that's almost dead. It starts to secrete this green gas from all of its wounds.
Starfish is secreting?
Yep. That you have caused on it. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I am good at these. Actually, I think I am kind of good at these.
Should be.
Never announce that you're good at something. Roll 20, we'll hear you.
Nat 1.
No.
They're always listening.
I got a +7, so let's hit.
Okay, hey.
So, hey, I'm just going to say this. It did roll on a nat 1, and then the other dice hit it, and it rolled to a 2.
Wow.
Oh, my God. So, 19, I'm going to stick with it. I ain't going to use my inspo for that.
You make it. So you felt as you breathed in some of the gas, you kind of felt like it was gonna affect your ability to move, but you managed to shrug it off. So good for you.
It's getting me a little high.
The one that
like it.
pulled up on you is going to make some attacks as it starts to spin. The tentacle-like appendages
Walida, you didn't say it could do this.
begin to slap you.
You didn't ask.
So that's 11. That's a miss, I'm sure.
Miss.
That's worse. That's a nat 1. What the fuck? There we go. 18.
Damn. Yeah, that's a hit.
It hits you for 5 damage.
Hell yeah.
If only it could hit you 5 times. That was 4 attacks though, so let's roll one more. Another nat 1. I'm just not using that die for the rest of the night. Okay, the monodrone is out of movement. Does it have any range? It does. It pulls out the spear out of this sort of satchel backpack kind of thing, and is going to throw this javelin at Valida.
Don't throw it at me. I haven't done anything.
I think you're just the one clearest in the sight. That's a terrible roll.
Does that spinny attack only hit one creature or all creatures within a 5-foot radius of it?
Let me see if it specifies. If it doesn't specify, I'm just going to say... It says one target, so...
Oh, okay.
One. Okay.
Just because otherwise Zorag would be gone.
Oh, yeah. Fair do. Valida.
Let's run on up. Start smashing into the starfish with reckless attack. A 26 for 8 and a 20 for 10, so 18 points of damage. And fuck it, I'll shield bash it to knock it prone. I'm not raging, so 14. And has to go against that with its athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, it gets a +2. That's surprising. 13. No.
It falls prone.
Yeah, as
And then oh, good.
It might be... No, it's not immune to prone. So yeah, it's been floating, but you knock it off balance and it falls to the floor. It's gonna have to hover its way up.
And then the javelin flies behind me and is just floating behind me because I can't grab it right now. That's my turn.
The top of the round, you guys hear the sound of like a zipper unzipping and
No.
a flash of light behind you.
My nightmares.
If you look behind you, you see this little slice of light that then begins to expand, and you hear, "Hey, I've got it open. Hurry up!"
Seen this sight somewhere before.
Where is this zipper in time?
It's like right behind Rumchew, like right before the Spellforge thing, the lake thing. Spring. There's the word. All right, Ivern.
I guess I jump rift, right? I guess I just jump in the rift. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fine, right? You'll be fine. I'll just jump in the rift.
Ivern runs up, jumps into the rift.
Should we clear these things before we go? Did he just leave us to do that?
You cured your blindness. As you look back, there are hordes and hordes of these things coming. Hundreds.
Yeah, we have to clear them all.
Aelin. Oh wait, never mind. Did I skip? No. Yeah, you're good. Aelin, go ahead.
All right, Aelin is gonna use her. She's gonna look at them and go like, "Okay, let's just get out of here." She will dash to the portal and say to Rumchew, "Come on, buddy, let's go," and jump into the hole, the zipper hole.
I'm not going. I'm gonna hold them off so they don't chase you.
Hang on, Retro.
As you're jumping
She's
in.
Grab him.
Nope.
By the arm. No.
You were like halfway in. We can do contested if you want. See if you can grab him.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'll see if I can grab him.
She's got some good dexterity, I hope.
Yeah, he does.
So, acrobatics or athletics?
You use athletics. He can use athletics or acrobatics.
No.
The contester always uses athletics.
Yes, this is his best stat. That's not super great. Oh, it's better than that though. Okay.
All right.
You rolled a. Let me do the math. Not that it matters. 14.
All right. Well, he wins.
Yeah.
It's like, don't be an idiot, and she jumps into the rift.
Rumchew's turn as he just continues firing arrows at these drones, and he calls out to you. And Sildar, I keep forgetting to do Sildar moves, but Sildar walks up to Rumchew and grabs his shoulder and pulls out his sword and looks like he's ready to defend alongside Rumchew. Go guys, go! I've got this.
What?
As he fires an arrow into the one by Zorag, killing it. And misses the other.
That was mine.
Now I have to get another kill.
Damn, it's kind of weird how this works, right, Volita? We just keep on hacking.
Sildar's holding his turn for if anything approaches. So it's Renatar's go.
Let's see. So I'm gonna walk. I'm just, you know what? Fuck it. Let it attack me. I don't care. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
See what happens. Do it.
Yeah, it's gonna smack you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, I've rolled 5 nat 1s tonight. That's a different die.
So, I'm doing this on purpose here. I'm just gonna move 30 feet, and then I'm gonna smack it with a Thorag.
Okay,
This doesn't do the Unleashed Incarnation. This is anytime I decide to make an attack, I can make an attack from his space.
Yep.
I'm just gonna recklessly swing with Zorag there. And yeah. 24 and 28.
Oh, that thing had advantage on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still missed. Okay. Yeah, you turn around and command Zorag, or Zorag, not command, but Zorag swings, cutting into this thing. It's dead.
I don't.
Fuck.
Not that it didn't matter, but I don't think it would have added because it was a new turn and he hadn't attacked yet.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was a new turn.
Wait, isn't it
No,
until my
it's
next
until his
turn?
next turn.
Yeah, it's until
Yeah.
my next turn, I think.
It is your next turn.
No, I mean, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
It didn't
Would it be
matter.
the
At
end
the
or
end
the
of the day,
beginning?
He's got a
right?
point.
Yeah.
He's got a
I'll look
point.
at it,
He's
yeah.
got a point.
Yeah.
He's got a point there.
Hey, you get the point there.
And then,
Okay.
because I haven't moved on my speed yet, I still got 10 feet. I'll just move 10 feet and Zorag's going to end up disappearing. Or actually, no, what I'll do is I'll have Zorag at this point walk the additional. I'll command him to walk 10 foot as I walk 10 feet. He'll move here and I'll move there. And that'll be my turn.
This one's going to attempt to attack Valiada
With advantage.
with advantage. One of its... this one only has 2 arms, but its opposite arm is holding a dagger with which it swings a 15 for 3 piercing.
As it goes to swing, she brings the shield up, and she sees it's a little bit faster than her arm, and she like grips the shield a little bit more and expands as she casts shield, and this magical force like pushes the shield to be bigger and blocks
Nice. More drones.
Calm down, Brigitte.
it. I finally get to use shield.
Begin to approach. Valiada.
What's he gonna do? Stab me? I'm gonna walk away as well.
I think I'm gonna roll the thing on here again. Seems to do better. Ah.
Yeah. And as I'm running past Rumshios, you always were a hero, and jump into the hole or into the zipper.
I hope we'll meet again.
Probably won't. She doesn't say that.
Okay.
Now, if this does all work out, I don't think Sildar's gonna die. I think Valiada might still go.
Who
And
knows? It depends on how things turn out.
it's
We don't
true.
know.
One little leaf changes the whole cosmic.
One flap
Weave.
of the butterfly wing.
Aelin, you already went through, correct?
Yep.
You're
I
leader?
just moved myself to a corner.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't see you anymore.
I'm up in the upper right quadrant.
Rumshu continues firing arrows. Whoa, you got a nat 20. Okay. Renatar, what do you want to do?
So I'm gonna run back up. No, I'm just- I'm gonna just to whole green boy here, and I'm going to. I'll go ahead and command Zorag. I'll have Zorag right there, and I'll just kind of put my hand on. I'll reach behind me. I'll grab my axe, and just kind of put it, like, kind of can't really stab in the ground. I'll give it to. No, I ain't doing that shit. I'll give him a javelin and be like, I ain't doing that shit. I'll give him a javelin and be like,
Oh, you're gonna give me your axe? Oh.
no, I just needed to move it out the way to get this javelin here.
Oh, okay.
I'll give him a javelin and be like, you know, I don't know if you ever had a family, but your clan core goal, if I'm concerned. I'll
My life wouldn't
Pat
be
him
the
on the back.
same if it wasn't for that day.
yeah, I really hope your foot gets better, bud.
Fuck.
And then I'll walk through. And as I'm walking through, I'm gonna say, that doctor better not slap me ass again this time. So walk through this line.
Okay. You guys all jump into this portal.
Except the idiot.
He's got to stop these things from following you guys. The song.
The song. The lost song.
You guys jump into this blinding light portal, and you're there all together. As you're zipping, your body feels like it's flying so fast through this vortex of energy. You guys see you descending the elevator shaft to come down here. You see yourselves going up the elevator shaft. You see your guys fighting at the top of the ruins, to the spell forge. You guys see Aelin, Ivrin see the attack on Waterdeep and the Song Dragon being defeated. And all the events of the past year. How long has it been? Year and a half? Man, I'm bad at this. The events of Lost Song and Lost Mine play out before you in reverse.
I've been kissing a mermaid?
Until
Holy
it just starts...
shit, Ivern's dad got it.
You guys keep going through time until you're spat out.
That's how Jack died.
We told her not to. We told her stop opening doors.
That's upsetting. I didn't need to see that. Sniffle.
Into like the edge of this forest and these plains. It's kind of like the meeting of the two hitting each other. You're spat out. Doesn't seem like you were completely thrown right onto the tribe, but perhaps near enough.
Perhaps. To roll out of it.
Would you say Rentar?
I just said, I know this place.
Is Tharden here?
No. As you look around, you don't see him. But you hear him. Hey, does this look right?
I think so.
I'm gonna. Is there like a big tree nearby anywhere? Are we on like a hill? Where are we at?
Roll me a perception check. What are you trying to find?
I'm trying to find a higher vantage point to look around. Perception. 24.
You crest the top of this smaller hill and see down below a little bit more of a valley with these big peaks in the distance. You're south of your town. Can
I see it or no?
You could probably
is it still so far off that I couldn't see an outline of it?
Your town's pretty small. So I'm gonna say maybe no, but you might see like some smokestacks or something like that.
But not a lot of smokestacks, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, this looks right.
All right. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be watching.
How soon do we have to do this?
Oh. I'd say as soon as possible.
We have time to gather ourselves, at least. Or...
As you guys rewound through time,
we
got back all of your stuff. You long rested.
Cool. So we got health and everything.
And we leveled up.
Dude, if we got all our health back, Valida, we totally should have held that line for a lot longer because we wouldn't have had to give a fuck.
Do I still have my temper points or no?
I'd say you'd lose those.
Okay, fair enough.
I can give you more later.
Yeah, and I'm not too worried about it. I just wanted to make sure.
Hold the door.
Hold on.
All right, I got all those. I get my stone's endurance. I mean, I'm actually feeling pretty good. We could do this now.
Well,
Right.
what do you say, Renatar? Do we need to try to get to the cave pretty carefully, or do we just walk through?
I'm gonna stop and think for a moment here. When I went the first time, I was by myself, so I was able to escape. I say escape, it beat the hell out of me. But I definitely don't want it leaving.
Well, hang on. For when we do this and it resets time, from this point here, like, are we just gonna disappear, or is everything get reset? Because we could warn everyone in Renatar's village to leave first before we go in, like, just in case.
I have no idea how far back it's going to reset. I don't know how any of this works. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get them out of there just in case we fail. But I'm going to be putting everything I have into this, so failure's not an option at this point.
I guess we go to the town first.
How are you going to explain that you are...
I look quite different than I did when I was a kid. I highly doubt anyone will recognize me. Except I do look an awful lot like my father, so I'll probably have to put some type of a hood on.
Aelin digs out the cloak of elven kind. I got this.
Yeah, yeah, that should work.
She'll give him the cloak of elven kind.
Refresher. What exactly does it do again?
I think if you put the hood up, it helps you with stealth.
Yeah, but I think you have to attune to it. But
Yeah.
it is just a cloak, so we could just wear it.
I'm just like using it to kind of cover most
it
of
does.
me.
I was just curious if it
require
gave you like
attunement.
disguise self or something.
No, it gives you advantage on hiding checks.
Gotcha.
And also,
Oh, is that it?
when
Okay,
you wear
sorry.
this cloak with the hood up, perception checks made to see you have disadvantage.
But
Okay,
that's
yeah.
after attunement.
Mess
So.
with that a little bit.
I think Zori's pretty attuned out too, aren't you? Or do you only have one? I forget how many Zori
I've got
has.
the shield and I've got the sword. I don't know if those require attunement. If they do,
Typically they don't unless they have like a curse or something on them or extra effects.
It takes
I don't
an
think
hour.
I have anything. I got that javelin. I
The
think.
javelin you have to attune to. That might
Well,
be.
what-
I think
what
I'm thinking
kinda
of Zavros
javelin
has a
is
ton
that?
of attunements to him.
Yeah, I do.
It's the javelin of
Earth.
Earthbind.
Yeah.
Earthbind. That's what it was. Okay, I didn't write it down, so I was gonna ask whenever I decided to use it.
Well, depending on how far away the village is, if we're like about an hour walk away, then that'd be perfect timing.
Yeah, its
Probably
main
a good
purpose
idea
is
to
to cover your face. So
Yeah. So I guess we'll get to move on.
Yeah.
All right.
get to walking. Did Ivern come with it?
Yeah, where's
Yeah,
Ivern?
He says the baby is talking a lot.
Damn, Ivern got
I'll just
lost
make
in
it a
time.
He's still here.
Yeah.
Man, Ivern got lost in time. Such a
Shit.
bad hand he got dealt, considering
Yeah,
he
did
deals
have to go and
cards.
kill the people who were kidnapping his sister first.
Damn, we're just
He went
going
first.
in as 3 people, I guess.
He's like, trying to make a pit stop real quick.
So,
It leaves a message for his mom and dad saying, "Move now."
the 4 of you.
Let's do it.
Oh, unless you're sending a message. Are you sending a message? What are you
No.
saying?
Oh
No,
wait,
just
Ava-
making jokes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You begin to travel toward the village. Pretty safe travel. a Renatar you know, not too much in this immediate area that could jump out and surprise you, that you guys couldn't handle at least with fairly easily. Till you get to the outskirts of your town. This, for you, it's a bit of a weird sight because, I mean, the last few times you've been here, it's all been destroyed and been a ghost town. But now there seems to be people milling about doing the things. You do notice that, though, it seems like... Actually, roll me a perception, investigation, or a history check. Whatever you want to do.
I'll do a perception. 11.
Not great, but not... This isn't a super hard thing to kind of notice for you. The people that you're seeing the most of are more of the people who stayed in town during like a hunt. Like there a lot of times people would, you would go out on these big hunts with a group of your tribesfolk, and you're not seeing a whole lot of the warriors here, the hunters here. You're more seeing the other folk.
I'm headed to tribe leader's hut.
You're heading to the hut. Okay.
I'm gonna head to his hut to see if he's there.
You peek your head in, and he is currently on the hunt.
I'm gonna look at everyone. Well, this is quite awkward. Well, at least I know I don't believe there was a hunt going on when it happened.
Oh, you don't think that they'd be heading to that cave now, would they? Or were there any hunts going on, like, shortly before the dragon? Like a few days, maybe?
Are there? Grizz?
Any what? I'm sorry, I'm answering Equa's question now.
Oh. Was there like a hunt that took place shortly before Renatar decided to be a idiot?
Now you think about it, there was one. And
was it before?
It was before, and you did something that kind of pissed, or just, it made your parents a little annoyed, and you didn't get to go on the hunting trip anymore. But maybe you did.
I'll go ahead.
But maybe you ended up going on that hunting trip in a different way.
So wait, did this happen like the same day is what I'm asking?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks pretty bad.
That sucks pretty hard, man.
Okay, so we've got a situation here.
What?
This is gonna be really fucked up. When I look around, do I see any horses tied up?
That's a great question.
I need 4 horses, Grizz.
Interesting enough, you start scanning for horses. Your eye is caught to this kind of gray and white spotted one. You remember that horse. That's your father's horse. It's tied up outside of his tent.
Well, where the fuck is he?
I don't know, man.
Then, oh shit, how far away is this?
It's close. It's within sprinting distance.
All right, everyone. We gotta move quick.
And
I'll.
Okay.
What?
I was gonna say, I think probably I catch on to part of this. take the horse. We'll catch up to you. Stop yourself.
Zorag, as you run up to grab the horse, figure opens the curtain to your tent, and before you is your father. You're trying to steal my horse?
I'm gonna stop as I've got my hand on this horse. And I'm just gonna turn and look at him just dead in the face.
Let's see if he's as dense as you.
I'm young for a half-orc.
Yeah, he is taken aback. And he's like really is confused. You can tell that he's made the connection that you're his son, but you don't look like his son. Like you can tell he like knows, but he's confused.
All I'm going to... Oh, wait. Does he say anything? Or no?
He says, Renatar, what happened to you?
I'm going to draw his axe. So glad I didn't give this axe to freaking Rumshoe. I'm gonna draw his axe like.
Rumshoe died because of that.
Yeah, well,
Rumshoe couldn't
alright.
hold it.
He'd pick it up and just fall. I'm gonna like try to stab like the base of it just into the dirt,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna look at him and say, danger is coming. Get everyone out of this village. And I'm just gonna hop on the horse and take off.
Before you do, you hear in the back of a tent a familiar voice. Eco's not here.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what I'd be saying, Grizz.
You just heard Renatar, Zorag, speaking outside the tent.
Then I guess he would just like sheepishly start walking out if he heard his voice.
You said something. Because I've already said that you said something.
Yeah, he would start walking out and he would say, Zorag?
What in the hell are you doing here?
So as he comes out, you see Jeb. As you saw him last, right? He's got the same length hair.
You see Jeb, who looks the same, except he's wearing your clothes from when you were like a baby.
That's a loincloth?
Not a lot.
Yeah, just a loincloth, essentially.
Even then, it's still a little baggy on him. It still kind of hangs.
Wears it like a dress?
Yeah. Hi. I didn't know that you were coming back here.
I immediately run and try to like grab him and hold him up, not in a threatening, but I'm like, I just like, where's the dragon?
Oh,
Can we see this where
You guys
we are?
probably sprinted to catch up, I would assume, to whatever he was doing, so...
He's in his cave. He's in a cave. Over in shit. I don't know. That way, and I point.
Where am I?
I don't know. You're
Little me.
Wow.
What do I know of this, Grizz?
So Zordar has informed you that they were on a hunt, and that's when he found you. When he came back, Agnes said that Renatar had run off again. So.
Okay.
So
I don't know.
You ran off,
it's...
son. But we're... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
What do you mean, where's little you? I haven't heard of anyone called Zorag around here.
Because that's not my name.
What?
Oh my god, this is a long story. And I'm just gonna have Zorag pop up next to me. Just spook the shit out of everybody involved.
Why wouldn't you tell me that?
Because, oh my god. I don't have time for this.
What's going on?
I am about to unleash hell on this village.
That's where we'll go to. I mean, that's where
Not
we'll
me,
end the show.
Little me.
That's where we'll end tonight's episode. You guys at the village, with Jeb, semi-naked, stumbling out of the tent.
His butt cheeks are out.
We'll finish this up next week, maybe, or the week after. Who knows? Actually, there's a chance I might not be able to play next week, so we'll see what happens. We might have to skip a week. Stay tuned to the Discord for all of those things. But because we got to this point in the stream, this Thursday there will be a session that just is Jeb figuring out what's going on with him. I didn't want to.
It was me the whole time.
Yeah. So
I knew it.
We'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.